Yeah, hello and welcome to the 20th edition of the Trendz Talks. As you know, we started during this pandemic and to address a few short term challenges and limiting beliefs. And to overcome these challenges, we are inviting people from different walks of life to be able to guide us through these challenges at these points in times and make us future ready. In this endeavor, we have roped in Lokesh Sharma, who is going to talk about all the gamuts of acting, wherein you can also take it up as a career. And also would like to give a disclaimer that we are going to record this and put it on YouTube for general viewing in the future. So let me hand it over to Lokesh. Lokesh has been involved in this field for more than 10 years and has been working across different platforms, be it in ad films, documentaries, OTTs, and even in short features. So let me give it to Lokesh. He's going to guide us through now. Over to you, Lokesh. So, Lokesh, you'll have to turn the video on.
And along with the introduction, I would also like to add that I've done theatre with Om Katare, Idea, Sparch, and Bombay Motors Driving School. I did a play called Srilal Shukla. And then I have been working as a co-person in Abhiruchi Theatre, where I have done about 100 plays. I also did an Italian playwright play. Italian people had come from Mumbai University. Just a minute.
Priyatam, if you can come on video, that would be highly appreciated.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bluetooth device fell off my ears.
Okay.
Anyway, I've done Ant by Smita Patil Theatre. And I have taken workshops for children and special children also. Now, the difference between children and adult theatre is that children are quite focused, and special kids are more focused and they have no baggages. But the adults have a lot of preconceived notions, and it takes a lot of time for them to understand. We think it the other way around, but basically it's not that way. Anyway, I've done a director's workshop in Mumbai University, and I've acted in Jhansi Ki Rani, Maina Bolunga. I've done Cadbury ad, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Southern India. I write scripts also. I'm an alumni of Xavier's College, and I write stories and also make short films. Okay, now this is enough of myself. Now I'll come to the topic all about acting. Now the first quote of mine will be, love art in yourself and not yourself in art. Now this was written by Konstantin Stanislavski, who used to use the actor's feeling and experiences to connect with the character. There are many teachers of acting by the name of Uta Hagen, Stanislavski method acting, Sandy Meissner, which I have also done, who used to say that create your own method of acting. Lee Strasberg, who used to say that use your imagination to become the role. And then Michael Chekhov is there. And the last one is the practical aesthetic acting technique developed by David Mamet and William Macy, who used to say that what does the actor want in real, he should strive to get it. Now, there is voice and speech, which is very important, because bhasha ke bina actor is nude. That is what is said in the acting field, because when he comes on the screen, he has to talk dialogue. So bhasha ke bina to here the actor is nude. It's true. So हम जरा exercises सीखेंगे. The first exercise would be a tongue out exercise, and you have to do ha ha, ha with it. Ha, 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 ha. Second is, with the same exercise, you just stand up, which I can't do just now because I'm sitting and talking to you. But you stand up and you jump and you put your tongue out. Ha, ha, ha. Okay? Now that will be the second exercise. Now the throw of breath is very important in this, where your breath has to be thrown out. So you keep your hand in front of you and you throw your breath, ha. Then again you keep your hand a little bit far and then throw. Ha. It should reach over here in the hand. On your hand, should reach your breath. That is your throw of the breath, because you are going to speak to audience, and your esophagus should be opened up. That's why they make you do all this. Then and secondly, you don't have to eat your words in the starting as well as the end of the dialogues, which many people do. They just eat the words in the starting and the end. So that is very wrong. We also do a lot of yoga exercises like meditation, where we get serotonin and the good hormones working. Then we do anulom vilom, where it is regulating the heat in the body, and with the second finger first, and then with the third finger. So this also has a meaning. And then we talk to ourselves. We give ourselves words like I am here now. I am here now. Then we do face distortions. Like we do face distortions. We put air in our mouth, and with the air filled in the mouth, we revolve it so that we open up the jaw totally, so that we are okay while we are giving a speech. And this also livens you up, so that you're not asleep when you are on the stage, or you're doing acting or something. It livens you up. Then we laugh in different ways. We do the other way around, so that when we laugh, we get the melatonin in, and the good hormones in, so that we are happy always. Then we do neck exercises. We do eye exercises, revolving the eyes and all that, and all the exercise. Then we do for sometimes for about 5 minutes. Then we do A-E-I-O-U to again open up the jaw. Again, this is also 5 times that we do. We hum a song. Say any songs that you like. Whatever you like, you can hum. We hum this. And this is a daily practice. This is a daily practice in the morning that we do. And then we say, I love myself unconditionally. Or we say, मैं आजाद हूँ. Now this thing we can say in whisper. Then we'll say it a little loud. मैं आजाद हूँ. Then we'll say a little bit more loud. मैं आजाद हूँ. And the last we'll scream it out. मैं आजाद हूँ. And along with it, we can also say, I love myself unconditionally. So from both, you can say any one you like. Hindi में बोल सकते हैं या English में बोल सकते हैं. Then we stand up and stretch ourselves. We do a little bit of exercises. Then we do my mouth vibrations. We do lip vibrations. We do tongue vibrations. Lip vibration we do like as if we are on a horse. When the horse you meet a horse, how the horse is done. This is what we are doing. Then we do tongue vibration. Tongue vibration is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Char, thar, char, ar. This is all we do, so that we liven up the whole face. So the face is like liven up for a role properly. Understand? We don't go to sleep in the middle of the role. If the role is going on, you feel if your role is not there, you feel that like sleeping in the sleeping on the stage. You won't look that way. You look very rejuvenated. Then we say a sentence in different ways, in different pauses. We give a lot of pauses. I have written a sentence for you. बारिश तो भगवान की वजह से होती है बेटा. Now this thing you can give it in different ways. Like you can give stress on barish and you can give a stress on each word. Like बारिश तो भगवान की तरफ से होती है बेटा. बारिश तो भगवान की तरफ से होती है बेटा. बारिश तो भगवान की तरफ से होती है बेटा. बारिश तो भगवान की वजह से होती है बेटा. Now if you see this, you will get different variations, and in the different variations you will know what is the most important word. The most important word is वजह से or भगवान. So either you can stress on भगवान or you can stress on बारिश or you can stress on वजह. Okay, now these three things are there. Anyway, then there is a body language where either you're talking while you're eating pan, बाल तो भगवान के वजह से आते हैं बेटा, or you are doing acting of sleeping. You got a role where you have to sleep, so you sleeping, or you do something like eating chana or sneezing or belching while speaking dialogues. That is also a thing. And then walking in a very crooked way, so that if you get a different character, you have to walk in different ways with the character. Now, in the body language, one thing is very important, that is your eyes. Now, whenever your eyes will move, the dialogues will change. Because see, if you're playing a psychic, the first thing that will move is your eyes, and then it will follow the face. I'll just show you. See, now here I am playing a psychic. I'm first playing and then I'm moving. The faster you move your eyes and your head, it will show that you are how mad. Once you are, if you are a mad person, you'll do it very fast. You'll just do that way. And if you're angry, you show it with your eyes that you're angry. So there are many things. The eyes is the most important feature when you're going in for body language. You can show the flutter of your eyes. When you're fluttering your eyes, it shows that either you're flirting with the person, you're interested in the person, or if you're fluttering your eyes and you're cocking your head, that means you're making fun of the person. It entails that way. Then the second thing will be improvisation, where improvisation is very important, because from morning you can whatever you're doing, you be aware of yourself. The biggest thing over here is being aware of yourself. You are observing yourself. You are making tea, your morning routine. You are trying to do a stealing act. If you get a role where you have to do a stealing act, you're doing a stealing act. You're playing a blind person. If you're playing a blind person in a role, you'll have to put a black putty on your eyes. You have to be aware. The awareness can be internal as well as external. If the awareness is external, it has to do with, as I told you, you're playing a stealing person, so you'll be very scared. You'll hide things. You are playing a blind person. You'll put a black putty. But if it's internal awareness, you'll get the feelings, how you do it. Or when you're reading a book, how do you get feelings? You get feelings, you get emotions, you feel like crying, you feel like laughing. Those are all the things that are coming into the body language where improvisation is concerned. Then there is a magic if. The magic if is when you are doing emotions, when you're removing emotions through action. Now it's the same thing, but it's a magic if, because if it happens like that, what would you do? You know, so if you get a role where you have to make tea in the morning, how would you do it? What feeling would you get? You know, and for the dialogue delivery, one thing is very important. When you are giving a dialogue delivery, you have to read a lot of shairis. I have written a shairi for you. I hope you like it. And see the way that I say it. Because in shairi also there's a lehja, there's a rasha, there's a bhava. So all these things get together and make it a shairi. So reading shairi will also make your talaffuz proper, make everything, your bhasha also proper, everything, all your munuktas also will come out very well. There are 5 words which have got a nukte wala shab. They are ka, kha, ga, va, ba. These are the 5 words that are there. Nukte wala shab. Anyway, let's get back to the thing that I have written over here, the शायरी. दिल टूट जाए तो कोई शोर नहीं होता. दिल टूट जाए तो कोई शोर नहीं होता. किसी और का टूट जाए तो कोई गौर नहीं करता. So you understand now the first line I went very slow, but the other line I gave a twist to it. कोई किसी और का टूट जाए तो कोई गौर नहीं करता. Means I'm trying to say that that दिल टूट जाए हमारा तो वो शोर नहीं करता, और किसी और का टूट जाए तो हम गौर भी नहीं करते कि ठीक है, होता है, you know. So, and one thing is that in acting, never mimic the other person. No doubt, mimicry is the form of appreciation of another person, but never mimic anybody, because you are a unique person when you're acting. You are unique. You know, now there are navrasas. There are navrasas, and this is written by Bharat Muni, and Bharat Muni was the first person to write something on acting. In fact, acting has come out from India. To tell you, it is not something which is come out from Western, like Stanislavski or Uta Hagen or any of these. It has come out from India. Bharat Muni was the person who started the Navrasas from 500 BCE to 5 CE, 5th century AD. Now Bharat had it was Bharat Rasa. It was known as Bharat Rasas, and Bharat Muni Bharat Muni Navrasas had 36 chapters, which has got 6,000 slokas. He had got 100 sons, and he taught all the 100 sons the Navrasas. And this was given by Indra to him in the Treta Yuga, because at that time the people were in trouble, so they wanted another Ved instead of Rig Ved, Athurved, Yam Ved, and all those Veds. They wanted another Ved where also the common man can understand about those Veds. And with the Navrasas, the Bharat Muni created an play which was on the three or four rasas, 3 or 4 Veds all together, so that the other people, the Shudras especially, because in that time the Shudras didn't have any right to also study the Rig Ved, study the Atharved, study the Samved. So this was the thing that from the Navrasas, the Nav Ved, it was a new Ved that had come out. Bharat Muni had come out with plays where he could understand, where he could tell the people about the all 3 Veds in the form of acting, in the form of a play. This was in 500 BC. Okay. And the most important is the sixth chapter, which covers the rasa, and the seventh chapter, which covers the bhavas. Now the rasas are Shringar ras, Hasya ras, Rodra ras, Karuna ras, Vibhats ras, Bhayanak ras, Viram ras, and Adbhut ras. Now these rases have their personal deities and their colors. And there are bhavas in it also. Then these eight rases have bhavas also, which are eight. That is Rati, Hasya, Shoka, Krodha, Utsaha, Bhaya, Jugupsa, and Vismaya. These are very known because it is love, mirth, Soka is sorrow, Krodha is anger, Utsaha is energy, because these are very, very much Indianized words. So we know about it. We can understand these words. So I don't have to explain them. That's why I'm not explaining and telling you. Anyway, Abhinav Gupta suggested a ninth rasa. Instead of the eighth rasa, he wanted one more rasa to be included, which was a Shant ras. The Shant ras was peace or tranquility, and the presiding deity was Vishnu, and the color was blue. Now, after that also, two more rasas came out, but they are not so important. They are known as Vatsalya ras, that is the parental love, and Bhakti ras, that is the spiritual devotion. Now, these bhavas are Sthayi bhavas and Sanchari bhavas. Sthayi bhavas are also eight, and Sanchari bhavas, Sthayi bhavas are the one that I already told you, the Rati, Hasya, and Shoka, and all that. And Sanchari bhavas are 33, which I will tell you later on, because it goes on very, very much. It's a very big subject. Anyway, then there is an imagination. Now imagine that you have to give a kissing scene in front of the camera with someone who you don't like, the other actor you don't like. So how would you go about with it? Because your mind is not sure that you want to kiss the person because you hate that person. Okay, there is not a good vibe going on. So how would you do it? You would think about the other person who you are going to kiss as your loved one. Just imagine, just close your eyes for 2 minutes and imagine that person is the one that you love. And you will be able to give a very good shot, because that is what all the actors are doing. That is the way that they go on. So imagination is very important. Observation is very important. And magic if is very important. Then there are concentration exercises, confidence building exercises, where we have exercises by the name of cat and mouse game, where we have exercises by the name of dam sharads. Dam sharads are very much important. Everybody knows about it. Then we have a game called Zip Zap Zoom, where we zip the other person in a round, and that one zooms the other person opposite him. And that zoom can also be taken care of if that other person ducks down. So that zoom goes away. Again, that comes back to him only. I can't explain it well. I'll have to show it in a group, because these games are all standing up and doing games, because acting is doing. Acting is not sitting and discussing. No doubt we are discussing right now, but acting is sitting. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but acting is to do. It is to do. You know, that there is a game we can play this game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I will block you. Then as I block you, we go from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll block you again. Or maybe when you come to 2, I'll block you. Then you go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I block you. It's a blocking and a reverse game. And these games all have their own winners in it. And the winners get chocolates or something from the person who is the convener. That is me. Okay. Now, the most important topic we are coming to, that is characterization. How do you do a characterization when the script comes to you? Okay, now acting is dreaming with open eyes. That is one of the answers to acting. It's a dream that we dream with open eyes. Okay, now there are two types, internal as well as external. And in that, the 5 W's come. That is why, what, when, who, and where. So you have to find the why in your character. That why are you doing all this? Why are you playing this? Why are you behaving in a specific manner? Why does the character behave in a specific manner? You have to find this. Then there are certain places where all these W's are not important, because you're going for an audition. Suppose you're going for an audition. Now, when you're going for an audition, they just give you a script, and once they give you a script, you can't find the 5 W's in it because you don't know anything. So what you do? You go according to your imagination, and from your imagination, you come out with a story, develop a story about the audition, that the backstory should be this, and later on this thing that they have given the script to me happens, and after that there is another story. So then if you get to the story properly, you will be able to give a good audition at that time and clinch the role. Otherwise it would be quite difficult. So imagination at that time works. Then in characterization, one thing is very important, that what does this character want? What does you want? What do you want as a character? And what is your wishes over here? And secondly, what is your status? If you are a servant and if you talk like a boss of your own boss, you're going to do something wrong. So you have to see your status. What is your status? Maybe you are a police officer. So you can talk in a very very angry manner to the person because you are in that position. You are a police officer. So you have to see the status at that time. And one more thing, why am I doing the action? Is there a reason in it? If there is a reason in it, it's okay. If there is no reason in it, then you either find a reason or you accept the whole thing. You accept it as it is. You say, okay, it must be happening that way. Because until you don't see the truth in the role, what you are playing, and you feel that it is fake, then I don't think that you will be able to act truthfully. And acting truthfully is very important, because then the logical action will come. Otherwise, there will be no logic in your action. People will not get with you. There is something like get with you. They will say that he is faking it. People will just get up and walk off. So we are in this field where we want people to appreciate us. And to appreciate us, we study all these things in acting. It is very important to study all these things. Then there is realistic emotions of the character. And then in realistic emotion of the character is something that Lee Strasberg says, that with your imagination, you do the thing that the actor wants in that role. With your imagination. So suppose in your childhood you must have faced abuse, or not abuse. Then maybe you must be getting hit by your parents. Now the same thing, you can take it as a sad thing. You are sad because of that. So you think about the sadness and bring the sadness in the role, which requires you to be sad in a different context directly. I hope you're getting me what I'm saying. In a different context. So suppose your role is a person who's, who's been left by your wife or another man. So there is a sadness. Now to get that sadness, you'll have to bang yourself and think about the time when you were sad. When you were sad in the childhood. So that childhood memories, you put it to work at this time. So that is what Lee Strasberg says, that this is the way that you go ahead of it. And secondly, an actor is a good actor if he has a memory bank of characters. A memory bank of characters is when he observes a lot, when he's very good in observing, when he's very good in imagining, and observing, like you observe your paper wala, you observe your milkman, you observe your servant, you observe the police officer. There are many things only in the house which you can observe. And outside when you go, you can observe the person who's having drugs, the person who's smoking, the person who is say selling sabji to you. How does he go about it? The body language, everything. So your observation should be very good to be a very good actor. And secondly, if that is also not possible, then you've got a newspaper. From the newspaper, you read about the crimes, you read about the criminals, how they behave. You read about the housewives. You read about everything. So according to that, you take that in your imagination, in your memory, and just store that memory at the time when you require it. And when you get a role which is according to what you have read or you have seen or you have observed, you can use that memory exactly, and that's where you will be a very good actor. And then the last thing is characterization, is the character obligation. What is he obligated to? You might ask, what is he obligated to? Now, the obligation of an actor is that you do the role process, and you have to find out what is the character liking, why is he like this, and what is he liking in this role, who is he attached to, who is he angry with, what does his actions, does his action justify the reason? If it doesn't justify the reason, sit one-on-one with the author or sit one-on-one with the scriptwriter and understand that why is this actor doing this to the role. When you come to know that, when you understand that what the role is about, the role will be going inside your mind little by little. And then you will be convinced that role is proper for you. And with that, then without any thinking, without keeping your mind in the role, you will do the role because you have been convinced that that is the way that he is behaving, that is the way that he is acting, and that is the way that you should agree. So that is what will be taught to you by the directors or the writers or the script writers. That is it. That therefore you will give a very good act. Otherwise you will do haphazard because you're not sure, you're not agreeing with the role. You're thinking it's fake. There are many people who, I'll tell you one thing, while we do TV series, sometimes we judge the TV series that what is this going on? why should I keep on, why should I keep on doing one action every time? Why should I keep on one action? Something like Ekta Kapoor keeps on making us do one action. Or maybe, just hyperbole about everything. Like talking very big and loud acting and all that. Why is that? So when we ask that, our acting powers go down. Because either you accept the role and do it, or you don't accept the role and leave the TV series. Instead of spoiling your name at that time. Because after a lot of mehnat, after a lot of time and troubles that you have taken in the acting field, you have got that role. And if you're not justifying that role, then it is not right for you to take away somebody else's spot, because that spot can go to somebody else, which you are taking. Maybe you are a good-looking person. Maybe everything. But good looks really give a thumbs up. It's a really thumbs up for you, the good looks. But beyond that, it's only your acting powers that makes you ahead of everybody. Good looks will be only that much. And I'll tell you one thing, good looks work a lot when you are in TV serials. Because it is a medium which is being watched in the house by the household ladies. Anyway, now we come to the last thing of characterization. The last thing is subtextual. Now for this subtextual also, you'll have to sit with an author, you'll have to sit with the scriptwriter to tell you this subtext of the dialogues that you have been got. But if you can find out your own, like you are experienced enough, because in this field, you at least require an experience of 10 years to understand what the script is talking to you, because the script does speak to you. Understand? So the last thing is the subtextual characterization, where you have to understand the back story of the dialogues and the front story, as I told you in the audition. And this is very important in the audition. But this also comes also in the regular TV acting or regular film acting. Or for that reason, now web series are there. So web series also. And now we are coming to memory development, because an actor cannot say that he cannot remember lines. That's a very true thing. If an actor says he can't remember lines, there is no need that an actor should be there in the acting field, because memory should be developed. And for developing memories, we either do one thing, is we sleep before the role. One day before, we have to be hydrated totally, drink plenty of water, sleep well 8 hours a night. We should avoid excessive sugary drinks, excessive alcohol. This should be avoided. And when the script comes in your hand, the best way to understand the script is to read it flatly, without any preconceived notion in your head, without anything. I know when you read the script for the first time, you start making things, because you're very excited. You got a role. You're very excited. But even if you're excited at that time, you should do a flat reading. That is, just read it for the sake of it, without having any preconceived notion, without thinking about the act, without anything. The second, third reading should also be a little bit flat, but there should be some inkling in it. Okay, now this is coming in, this is coming in, this is... the questions come in your head, the 5 W's, the why, what, when, all that will come. And after the third reading, it should be turning into pictures. You should turn it into pictures because a person can understand pictures better than reading and just mugging up. People can't mug up things. If you got a script of 100 page, you can't mug up the 100 page if you got a lead role. So you can't mug up the whole thing. Many people are there whose memory are very sharp. They can do it. But for a new person, he has to turn it into pictures where after he sees the pictures in his head, in his mind's head, he can understand what the picture is saying and he can come out with the dialogue. And that will not be cramming. It will be as if he is talking the dialogues, and that is the way that Shakespeare's 5-pillar memory method was developed. He also developed the same thing, Shakespeare, because Shakespeare had a very big 100 pages and 150 pages scripts, and it was all in that Anglican language. So the actors had a real bad time in learning this thing. So he came out with this method where there are 5 pillars, the 5 pillars, and on each pillar the person has to imagine a photograph which is connected to the dialogue, and when he would see that thing, when an actor would see that pillar, he would immediately remember that this is what I had put on that pillar in my mind's eye, and this is the dialogue. And then he comes out with the dialogue. Now many actors in this field are facing a lot of dejection and a lot of rejection also. So they get depressed. Now, there is one way where the rejection and the depression can be all right, can be made all right. There is something by the name of transformative speech and negative to positive speech, which really comes in use at this time. So the transformative speech is when you're talking something good to yourself, when you're not degrading yourself in that thing, or when somebody has told you something, but you're not taking it in a very depressing way, but you're just taking it as if, he doesn't know, maybe he's missing the point, maybe he's not seeing the great actor that I am. So to keep the confidence up. So this is transformative speech, is to keep your confidence up. And the negative to positive speech, there are certain words. The words are like they say that you're not a good actor. You are a failure. The word for failure would be I'm trying. So those words. There are these transformations which I will teach. Once a person comes to me, I will teach. I take private only trainings. I don't have a school or something. I do have a school, but at that time over there, I'm only concentrating on plays. I write my own plays and I do my own plays over there. So if anybody wants to be in connection with me, Krishna Raj will give you my number, and you can come in touch with me. Now there are things like I said negative to positive speech. Now in negative to positive speech, before giving an audition, we are nervous. It's very okay because everybody is nervous, and a little bit of nervousness is very good when you are going on stage or when you're going for an act or something. A little bit of nervousness is an impetus. It gives you an impetus to really shine through. Now, before going there, if you're a lot nervous, you can tell yourself, I am confident, I am relaxed, I learn from my challenges, and I believe, and I believe, I believe, I believe. 3 times I believe. These words, if you will utter, you will be totally relaxed, and you will be learning from your challenges and facing the challenges. That is all that I have to say about acting. And I hope if anybody wants private training from me, because acting doesn't have an age limit. Anybody can act. And nowadays, no doubt a good face is called for, but people are looking at characters. And when you fit the character, you might get the role. Thing like anybody can't act. Because I'll give you an example. When you were a child, you used to, to get something out from your mother or your father, your parents, you used to act. If you had to go to the school, you didn't like to go to school. So you used to act. Ke mere pet mein dard hai. You used to do all the acting, like you used to do imagination, you used to do observation, you used to do all type of acting. Understand? And that acting is the same thing. So the acting schools don't teach you acting. Let me tell you that. They only brush up you the diamond that is there inside. They just brush up the diamond and the diamond starts shining. So everybody in this world can act. So there is nothing like, yeah, of course, if you don't like to act, or maybe you are averse to acting, you say that I don't like this field and all that. That's up to you. That's your take. But people can act at any age. There is no age limit. And nowadays, you are getting more roles above 40 than you're getting roles below 40. So this would be like an impetus to all the people. I'm not saying that young people don't get me wrong at all. Don't get me wrong at all. I am just saying that there is no age for acting. Now you can get in touch with me anytime. I'm Lokesh Sharma, and my email address is lokesh98704-53669. That's my number @gmail.com. So my name along with my number @gmail.com. So anybody, if they want to go ahead in acting, or if they got a role and they want some help for training at how to go about in the role, how to crack the role, they can come to me and I can help them. Because I have taught also children, I've taught also adults, and I've taught also big people. So, and I have also worked with special kids. So it will be like, I can really help you because I've got the patience. because a trainer should have a lot of patience with people. So that is the thing for today. Thank you so much, Krishna Raj, for having me. And I think that would be a wrap just now. Krishna Raj, can you give your open the thing for questions? If there are any questions anybody wants to ask me, they are free to ask me.
Yeah, certainly, Lokesh. This was one of the best sessions we have had so far on acting, because within 50 minutes you have packed in so many things right now. Yeah, Lokesh, can you hear me now? Yeah. So in 50 minutes, Lokesh, that is what I was telling. In 50 minutes, you have packed in so many things which people can carry from here and take away from here. And to come back to the session, and if anybody wants to ask in a question, I'm just going to put the recording off at the moment.